Yeah, Alex, I'll let you stick to that sports talk. The only thing I picked up there was that he was saying that nobody else is going to be allowed to play football on the day that Army-Navy plays. He said something like, of course, we'll probably get sued, but we always get sued. And he says, we'll win and make that happen. But he did weave in comments about the war in Iran throughout his remarks. He did say it's not even a contest between the U.S. and Iran, saying that Trump said that they had a lot of help from China and Russia when it comes to military support. He said they had, quote, plenty of money, but he said the equipment was useless against us. He did say right off the top, talking about the war being a success, but he didn't talk about this latest reporting we're hearing that the U.S. is deploying 3 more warships. That's roughly 2,500 more Marines to the Middle East. This would be the second deployment that we're hearing about to the Middle East, because we already knew that the Pentagon was sending the USS Tripoli and the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit to the region. That was with 2,500 troops there. We're hearing that the U.S. Navy's amphibious assault ship, the USS Boxer, that's some file footage of the ship, left San Diego this week as one of several ships home ported in San Diego that have been deployed overseas amid the tensions in the Middle East. So we're watching for this. All we've heard from the president, including yesterday during his remarks in the Oval Office, was that he wasn't sending any more troops. But he also said, if I were, I wouldn't be telling you publicly. I just heard back from a Pentagon official saying, quote, due to operations security, we do not discuss future or hypothetical movements. I did want to play what the president did have to say today about Iran. Take a listen to this.
We're doing extremely well in Iran. The difference between them and us is they had a Navy 2 weeks ago. They have no Navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea. 58 ships knocked down in 2 days. And we have the greatest Navy anywhere in the world. It's not even close. But we are doing really well. We're not going to let them have nuclear weapons, because if they had them, they'd use them, and we're not going to let that happen. Should have been done a long time ago by other presidents.
And that comes, Alex, as the president is still firing back at NATO. He said in a True Social post this morning, without the USA, NATO is a paper tiger. They said they didn't want to join the fight to stop a nuclear-powered Iran. He said now that fight is militarily won, basically saying that now that he says the hostilities are over, those ships can come in. That's something that the UK and France have said. Once the hostilities end, we will help escort those ships. Trump is saying that those hostilities have ended, but we also know that NATO's Iraq mission has successfully relocated all of its personnel from the Middle East to Europe. That's what the military alliance just said a short time ago. So showing that there is still this escalation there, of course, in the region. Alex.
All right, Kelly Meyer live for us at the White House. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.